Alita and Harper Audio present The 9 Moons of Han Yu and Luli by Karina Yan Glaser. Performed by Brian Nishii and Sura Su. A note before we begin. Don't forget to download the accompanying enhancement PDF from your audiobook provider. It contains maps and a bibliography.
For my father, Honcho, who carries the stories of our ancestors. And to Anne for traveling the Silk Roads with me. And in memory of Michael S. Glaser, who will always be my favorite poet. The Chrysanthemum Month. Early October to early November. Han Yu. 1. Chang'An, Ancient China. 29th day of the 8th moon cycle, 731. Ever since he was young, Han Yu had been known for having a way with animals. There had been enough unusual activity over his 11 years of life that his family, and later the surrounding community, saw him as somewhat of an oddity. Take what had happened a few days after his birth. His mother tells the story like this. She had just finished feeding him and was holding him close to her chest, singing. It was a beautiful spring morning, the kind you keep as a picture in your mind to remember on a later day that is particularly unpleasant. She took him outside so they could feel the warm sun on their cheeks and smell the sweet fragrance from the pear tree blossoms. Mama was about to sit on a stone at the edge of their small garden when she heard a rustle from the other side of the bushes. It was early spring, so the leaves were just tiny buds, which made it easy for her to peer through the branches to the other side. Seeing what crouched behind the bush startled her so much that she almost dropped the baby. "I cannot believe you almost dropped me," Han Yu would say at this point in the story. "If you had dropped him, it would explain a lot," Bo, his oldest brother, would say, grinning. Han Yu would narrow his eyes at Bo. Out of his 3 siblings, Bo teased him the most. Mama would continue the story. Through the branches, she spied a very large striped animal. It was so close that she could see his long white whiskers and smell his hot wild breath. "You did not know it was a tiger, did you, Mama?" Li, who was the only girl and Han Yu's favorite sibling, would ask. Mama would shake her head. Tigers were greatly honored throughout China and symbolized strength and bravery. In Chang'an, a city with a population of over 1 million, there were very few people who had actually seen a tiger. Certainly, a tiger had never made its way through the Chang'an gates or climbed the city's 18-foot walls. Mama had heard poets talk about tigers and seen painters create vivid images with just a few brushstrokes. But no, she had never seen one in person before. Now that she was face to face with one, she trembled at his pungent smell and bold, striking eyes. "Maybe this tiger wanted a snack," Ming, who was younger than Bo but older than Han Yu and Li, would say. "And Han Yu was such a chubby baby," he would add, pinching Han Yu's arm. Ignoring Ming, Mama would go on with her tale. She was not sure whether to freeze in place or to run into their home. Even if she had made it, the tiger was definitely strong enough to break the flimsy wooden door with one swipe of his razor-sharp claws. "What did you do, Mama?" Han Yu would ask, even though he knew the story as well as he knew the way his mom's eyes smiled or how his dad's calloused palm felt in his hand. Mama had remained as still as she could, hoping the tiger would lose interest and leave. But the tiger stayed where he was. They stood looking at each other for so long that Mama lost track of time. Finally, a soft breeze blew through the garden, setting the pear blossoms dancing. One single...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?